Welcome back to our bathroom remodel series. This one's gonna be good. Now we've been remodeling our bathroom for almost 2 months now. 51 days to be exact. 51 days of demo, rough-in plumbing, structural changes, and design. Now we're finally getting to the good part. Whew. That's 7 sheets of drywall. Cut it all in the Home Depot parking lot. Let's get it home. Now drywall might not seem all that exciting, but it means we're finally starting to put things back together. We're getting closer and closer to installing finishes and bringing our vision to life. That's a lot of drywall. We are on drywall day in our primary bathroom. I'm taking a pause on recessed lights to do this job. I'm going to be using mildew resistant drywall in the whole bathroom other than the shower where I'll use Curdy board on a different day. We're going to start from the beginning, do the install, taping, mudding, and texturing. Let's get started. Now these little stud plates can be life-saving sometimes. I don't want to hit any water lines or any electrical once I start screwing this drywall in. I'm using 1/2-inch drywall for everything but the ceilings. I'm going to start with the vanity ledge. I have a cool trick for this. Now I hate taking measurements and then cutting the holes in the wrong place, so I'm going to use the drywall dust method. For me, this works perfectly every time. Now I just got to cut it with a hole saw. Let's see how this turned out. Perfect. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. And this one's a little tight here. I'm going to trim it down. It's rough, but it's going to be covered by tape and mud anyways. Looking back to demo day, I just remember removing more and more drywall and filling a ton of bags. I never realized at the time how many sheets it would take to put this bathroom back together. I've done a ton of drywall before, but never on this large of a scale. This is fun. New projects, new stages of a remodel are always fun. Okay, I've tested all the drywall now and I'm going to start screwing it in. It's interesting, when we were demoing this bathroom and some of the other rooms, we found drywall screws, drywall nails, staples. It was as if they had 3 different people doing it. I don't know if that's standard. I'm going to use screws. 1 1/4 inch drywall screws, 16 inches apart, both vertically and horizontally. It's time consuming, but using a Phillips head number 2 reduce helps prevent cam out and makes things move a little quicker. Speaking of time, we're taking our time with this bathroom remodel. Quality control is number 1. The benefits of doing this all ourselves is if we mess up, we'll do it again. When we first started remodeling this house, there was a lot more errors, but experience is everything. With experience, we were able to install these deck-mounted tub filler valves, build this vanity ledge, plan out all of our cuts with the least amount of waste as possible, but this particular part is a first. I need to lift full sheets of drywall all the way up these 9-foot walls. Okay, so I try to plan out all of my project as best as I can. That's why I wrote down all of my cuts, cut in the Home Depot parking lot, but for some reason I forgot this side here. Now the shower's gonna be on this side and the bathtub on this side, but this whole back wall is gonna be tiled. Originally I was thinking I needed Curdy board on this whole back wall or cement board, something like that, but it doesn't need to be waterproof outside the shower. It should be water resistant, but not waterproof. So I can use drywall because it's cheaper. And luckily Michelle was able to manipulate some of our cuts, and I think I have enough drywall for this side now. Michelle is our critical thinker, our designer, our planner. I couldn't do it without her. For these larger ceiling drywall pieces, it's definitely a two-person job now because it's going to be way too difficult to hold in place and screw. We need to cut the hole for one of the light boxes we have up there, and I need to shave back some of the drywall a little bit because this joist is just sitting too low. Now this joist wasn't a problem before because we had a drop ceiling, but now that we removed that and everything's going to be flush, we have to modify the drywall a little bit. These ceilings are honestly a bitch to do. It's heavy, the drywall screws are popping through the paper, but we're getting it done. We find a way. Alright, this is definitely going to be the biggest taping and mudding job that I've done. So I think hanging the drywall was actually the easier stage. The mudding, it's much more tedious. It takes a few days. I don't use hot mud. I use all-purpose joint compound, so I'm not racing against time. Time, the one thing that I never seem to have enough of. While we take our time with all of our projects, we are trying to move along at a steady pace. We try to cut down on time by choosing the right order to do things and choosing the right products. Like instead of using hot mud and having it dry out on me, we're using all-purpose joint compound. And with all-purpose joint compound, it's not a race against time, but it is an investment of time because it takes each coat 24 hours to dry, and we have level 1 drywall. Level 1, mud on the seams and tape on top. Level 2 drywall. Level 2, mixing up more joint compound and embedding our tape in a layer of mud. Level 3 drywall. Another day, more joint compound and another layer of mud. Outside corners. In the past, I've used paper corners, I've used metal corners. Now it's time to try these vinyl corners. Supposedly, these install straighter and prevent blowing out the drywall mud when you bump into them. Since these have no paper to embed, they require a few extra steps like spray adhesive and staples before embedding in mud. About 3 layers of mud over these corners too. And outside corners are not the only type. Inside corners. I found the best way to install these is embed one side of the corner in mud and then come back the next day and do the other side. With all the joint compound dry, the next step is cleaning it up. Wet sanding, which is the cleaner but more time-consuming method. The other option is dry sanding. Getting a really clean base before texturing is so important. Five days. 5 days of mudding, 5 days of waiting. We're finally done. Our final step to this project is going to be texturing. I would love to leave flat and smooth walls here, but our whole house has texture. We tried the level 5 idea a while ago and it's just too much area to do, so we abandoned the idea. So I'm gonna add an orange peel texture here with a light knockdown. We'll see if this old ass hopper holds up. It's interesting because I have a newer electric hopper, but I still prefer this older air-powered one. All right, we're ready. Now, I'm not even close to being great at texturing, but over time I'm finally able now to get a decent match to our house's texture. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I like this, but it's going to change the plan a little bit. If we put Roman clay in here, or even lime wash, or lime plaster, it'll keep these walls really flat actually, which we like. We haven't had a chance to do it in any of the rooms. But this whole bathroom's going to need a skim coat though. Stay tuned.